or symbolize it.
Yeah, and through that,
They don't. I mean, they just, but they don't tell you out and openly. Donald Trump is going to come out and say exactly what the fuck is happening. They're all going to tell you through symbolism and movies and entertainment and shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say about? I was talking to my sister. I missed you. What'd you say about Trump?
Like if Trump is doing something evil, he wouldn't just come out and say he's doing something evil. They would make it real cryptic.
Oh,
yeah,
exactly.
they're gonna do it through Hollywood.
So that it's not like I think it's like a form of karmic retribution that when they die, they can't say that they like oppressed us or took advantage of us using this shit because they can say,
It's
well,
karma,
well,
yeah.
we told them, we put it out there and told them what we were doing, and they saw what we were doing and they refused to truthfully acknowledge it, and they want.
Damn. Okay, so you're reinforcing the idea of judgment.
By who?
Well, okay,
It
exactly.
depends.
But by who?
I think there's an
By
artificial
what are we being
judgment.
judged by?
I'm saying when we die, I believe our soul is judged in a sense.
Okay.
Yeah, but are we the ones judging it, or is there like Almighty that's judging us?
That's so funny. Wouldn't it be ourselves judging ourselves?
Well, because we are God,
If we're
right?
all part
So
of the
it's like,
universe. That's what I'm saying.
when you go into Dolores's canon, she talks about the life review. Like a lot of these people talk about life review. And it's like, nobody's judging you except like who's the one that's going to be judging you? They're just showing you what you did, and then it's the only one judging is you.
The only person who knows truthfully what you did and what you could have done different is you.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it matters too is what you think the whole purpose of it all is. Like if you would think like fundamentally, I mean like if what?
You just said it right there. You.
Like
that's what I mean. So if we are the purpose and fundamentally what we do is exist, existence is experiencing. So you could argue the fact that the universe was created for something to experience it, right?
Yeah.
So through that logic, the judgment may or may not even happen because if you want to experience in its entirety, that doesn't just entail being a good person.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Whereas, like in a karmic balance, it wouldn't suffice to have been a terrible person, but to have steeped to the darkest depths of humanity like that would have been a satisfactory fulfillment of your role of experiencing.
Yeah.
So you had to have been sort of like a dickhead, or
in one life, as well as been basically a Buddha in the next.
Or forget about another life. I mean, just like this life in general, like because I can tell you, I've been a very evil person in my life.
Everyone's had their moments
at one point, right? Yeah. Exactly. So it's like that duality. Like you need that duality.
Yeah, I agree. Because if you're not evil at one point, you can't consciously. When you do become a good person, like me being able to, just like you being able to go back and say, at one point, I know I was evil, and I look at me now, and I know that that's not who I am. And that's how I make the distinction. That's how I know that I used to be evil. Like we were talking about earlier, like the idea of like being depressed, Jeff. And it's like I know in my heart like that I'm not. Like I believe everyone's depressed in a way, and I think you should be because like you should be unhappy with like some of the things in your life. Because if you're happy with everything in your life, then nothing's going to truthfully change. And I believe by influencing change, good change within yourself is like a form of self-love. Like by, admitting and saying, hey, could I have been better? Or, hey, could I, be happier or something like that. Again, the happiness and depression to me is like a weird spectrum. But I know that I'm not depressed like I used to be because I was depressed. Like I did used to have these fucked up thoughts about myself, and I don't have those thoughts anymore. So by like I was explaining out, like I was talking to Hannah about the idea that she might be depressed, and she became very defensive in the idea that she is someone that could never be depressed. And I'm like, well, see, now, well, you're talking to someone like me who knows that, like, openly admits that I was depressed at a time, and because I admit that I was depressed at a time, it lets me gauge where I'm at, like if you don't know if you're depressed, like you might be depressed, is what I'm getting at. If you know you're depressed and you start making those steps, or if you know that you're evil, or you know that you're making the wrong judgments, and then you move away from that, you can look back and say, well, I used to make these decisions that weren't. I used to make the wrong decisions, and I know that I was making the wrong decisions because here I am now not making those decisions, or like here I am not feeling the way that I used to feel. Until I admit that I was wrong, I'll never know when I'm right.
I think ignorance is bliss is like one of the key components to like this whole thing here is because not a lot of people are able to think deeply or even recognize those things. And simply not asking that question is enough to not even have them be aware that they're
But is that
depressed, like
bliss?
you said.
But that's
Yeah,
what
it's that
I'm with
bliss.
Tim.
It's like
I don't think it's bliss at all. I think it's the opposite of bliss.
Yeah, me too.
Like
I agree, but
Because
I could
how
also
how
say
you
that
know the
it's
whole point of life is to
envy.
grow mentally. You know,
yeah,
you expand your consciousness, and if you stay in this bliss, this ignorance, like you're not going to be able to grow and get to where you want to be and who you want.
yeah.
And there's people that what you're saying. There's people that stay in that, and it looks like they might be in that, but they're not. So I mean, from my experience, I've tried to live in that ignorance is bliss, and I can't. I can't do it. I
My
get
understanding,
miserable.
those people, their lives are happy, but their souls aren't.
Yeah, I believe, but so we talked about
Right.
earlier the idea that a lot of
Right.
people lied to each other, not each other, but they lied to themselves.
Themselves.
And a lot of these people are either telling themselves that they're happy, which is a lie, or they're telling themselves that they're depressed and there's nothing that they can change, and that also is a lie. And until they openly admit, like, hey, have I been lying to myself? They're never gonna like, have I been, like, has ignorance been bliss, and have I been choosing ignorance? And if they say, yes, and they want to keep choosing ignorance, that's up to them. Like, I can't, I've found in life, like, I can't control anyone. I can't make anyone do anything. If this is how people want to live, then that's how they want to live. The thought that I had in regards to this lately is the idea that you've heard, with great power comes great responsibility. So it's like, what I'm advocating for, this kind of train of thought, for me at least, and I believe it to be universal. I could like sit down and explain why I think what I'm thinking would empower an individual. By admitting that I'm wrong and that I could be more right, I'm going to become more right. And by becoming more right, I'm going to have more power of my own mind, my own human spirit, my consciousness, all these things. I'm going to have more power. But the problem is with more power comes what? More responsibility. And I don't think there's anyone out there that like at a base level would say they want more responsibility. People don't like having responsibility. They don't want to be responsible for things. That's why people always, you want to go back to a kid. People are like, oh, when you're a kid, you don't want to grow up. Why? Because as you're a kid, you don't have any responsibilities, and we've created this notion that you don't want any responsibilities. And again, to eat, like, that's why they say heavy is the head that wears the crown. Like, kings have it the hardest because they have more than anyone else in the kingdom. They have more responsibility. And it's like, would you want to be king? Everyone would want to be king, but heavy is that you would want to have that power, but would you want to have that responsibility? And I believe a lot of people would say no at the forefront.
You guys are also both talking from a point where you guys had to come from the bottom on your way up.
I believe you
There was
have. I
usually
believe
like
you
the
have to hit the
implication of
bottom.
some sort of fall. Yeah, and majority of people don't. I mean, let me ask you this: like, was it hard?
Yeah, but
Right? Did you almost
hold on.
lose that battle with yourself?
100%.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. You're saying that
There were battles
most people don't have this journey from the bottom to the top.
Well, if they don't get to the top, it's almost because they never acknowledged that they were at the bottom.
Society doesn't let them recognize it. Yeah.
Like, nobody wants to say they're at the bottom.
You had your situation, Zach had his, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've had mine, and I'm under the assumption that it was never an easy battle for any of us.
It's not, yeah.
I'm also under the assumption that there may have been a few nights where we almost lost those battles, right?
Yeah, I believe you do. You don't
Why
win
would you
every
wish
battle
that on somebody?
because it makes you stronger.
But
Because
if you yourself almost didn't come out, why did you?
because
And
I
do you
did,
think everybody has? I mean, all three of us are somehow spiritually enlightened, right? And I talked to
yes.
somebody at work who's going through the shits at 35 years old or whatnot. You think they have any fucking idea what Kundalini energy is?
No.
Or yeah, that's
No,
what I'm
most
saying
people
is
don't.
like there's no exposure to it. So it's like were we able to get through this because we were just fortunate to have some kind of spiritual exposure?
Well, I mean that helps. I'm definitely like thankful to have that like underlying incentive. I don't think it's a necessity though. It's like the gym. Like when you go to the gym,
Well,
you
can you give me an example of somebody who
Wait,
has?
but
Okay,
doesn't I
sorry, go
feel
ahead.
like everybody kind of okay? I feel like people like us. This is what I feel like. I feel like people like us are hard headed, right? We don't
mhm.
want to. We don't want to learn. We want to go the hard way. But then you see everyone else. For me, at least, everyone else around me, I felt like they just grew up. They surpassed me when I was younger. And did they have that situation when they were younger and they just fucking manned up or womaned up or whatever the fuck it is?
They might have turned
And
into repressed trauma.
but the,
Or what I see sometimes the case is no, and then when they do have this situation in life, that's why they're no longer on the track that they were.
Yeah, that's why people
Because some kind
peak.
of disaster like that will completely derail. Exactly, that's what peaking is. And then some people in their 23, they'll go through their first heartbreak and then lose their job over it, like, throw away 5 years of schooling, drop out, etc., right? It's just like
Hmm.
because they haven't had to go through that yet, they go through it when they're starting out their foundation, it all crumbles before them, and majority of people can't climb out of that. Like in a way, it's a blessing within a curse, like a gift within a curse, whatever you
Yes,
want to look
I
at it.
I
But it's
believe
like,
everything is.
and like another thing too is like, I mean, it doesn't have to be some super traumatic thing. It could be something like, I don't know, you broke a bone or something, had to sit in bed in your mind for 2 weeks. I don't
Yeah.
know. A lot of people these days don't have to go through anything like that. The worst thing they have to worry about is opening up a second Instagram account because their phone got taken, but they still got their tablet, like
Hmm. But
I'm trying to
going.
I'm trying to apply that to the people I grew up with, and I'm trying to see like
But
because
explain
I
like.
remember I had to go through what I had to go through, and then I started my medical marijuana business, and then at the time that I was doing that, and I felt successful, and I felt like I was doing something, and I felt like I had a purpose, and then this guy that I grew up with that I knew wasn't about shit. He didn't go through anything. His parents gave him everything, and he wanted to be a therapist, and he wanted to tell people what to do. And in my mind, I was like, how the fuck is this guy gonna fucking tell anybody
yeah,
what the fuck to do?
exactly, right?
And
Yeah.
I found out today he's still doing the same thing. And I'm like, who's taking advice from this asshole? Like, who's doing that? And I don't mean to talk shit about
Yeah.
him, because I don't put that energy out there like that.
Yeah. We
But
just
like I
talked
know
about
him,
it.
I know him, and like I'm just like like I would never go to him for advice.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck.
Um.
I, I
But
don't know. You're right. Maybe other people like us, like maybe our channels are opened up a little bit wider than everyone else's, so we
Yeah.
feel things and go through things that these people who are, I guess, cognitive demisers, is that the right term? Where they don't feel things as much as us. Cognitive
I can
miser.
see that definitely because it's like I can see what Zach talks about and he talks about numbers and shit like that. But then you go 90% of the people and if you mentioned, oh, yo, this means this, or
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard to explain it
like
to.
they'll just be like, are you on drugs? Like it's like, no, like I'm talking facts here. Like
I
an
was on
intellectual
drugs.
conversation can be
That's why I'm
had.
here.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here now.
You
Like,
know, I think that might be what it is, honestly, because when I was a kid, like growing up, like my energy, I didn't know what it was at first, but bro, my energy was open to everything. I felt everything. I knew what you were going through. I knew what you thought, and it affected me because I didn't know how to separate myself. And like, it didn't seem like it was like that for everyone else. Everyone seemed like they were able just to detach themselves and move on. And maybe guys like us, like we really didn't, we weren't born like that. But that was, like you said, a blessing and a curse.
yeah.
I believe that. Yeah, that sounds right.
Um, but going back to Jeff, what you were saying, like, why would I, like the idea, like, I almost lost these battles, like, I still like I'm a firm believer, like, you can't win every battle. You don't want to win every battle, because once you win every battle, the war is over and you're done. Like, you're done fighting for something. The moment you're done fighting for something in my life will be the moment that I die. because if I wake up, I wouldn't wake up every day and have something to fight for. And but it's the idea that like when people like on a metaphorical like physical example, if people who go to the gym, when they lift weights, what's happening to your body is you're literally tearing apart your body. You're putting yourself under forms of like stress that you
ripping the muscle apart and scars over, and that's like its density.
And and the crazy thing is, we're in this day and age where you can go your whole life without setting foot in a gym and still make millions of dollars. You know, you could still be a CEO at some tech firm, some little like shout out. Not I would never say Hans, but like you could be like a scrawny little Asian guy that still, you know, basically rules life, like does everything, materializes all the shit, provides for his family, does all that shit without going to the gym. So it's not, you don't need to go to the gym to get through life. So you would have to ask, well then why do people willingly put their body under these immense amounts of stress, tear their body apart, literally, like physiologically? What's the point of it? To grow stronger. And I believe this in a sense for everything in life. The biggest thing you can do as a guy is take on as much turmoil and suffering at a time and learn how to deal with it on the go, like on your feet, because you'll, again, adaptability, but you will grow and you will benefit from it. Like I said to Moses, the big thing that I've been thinking lately is the idea that, I don't know if I said this to you, but like they say like jokingly, like God reserves his hardest battles for his strongest soldiers, right? So in that regard, I want harder battles, because if I'm getting harder battles, that means I am a stronger soldier, right? And it comes at a price. Like, yeah, like in my opinion, then you would basically ask, well, why should people want to be stronger? And I say because it will lead you to a place of fulfillment as an individual.
So like I agree 100% with you. Like I do, but like on the counter, it would be like, yeah, like that's working out. I think like exclusively. Like why would you not put your hand on the stove after I turned it on? Because it would burn you, right?
Yes.
It would hurt. I asked you to do it again 2 days later. Would you do it again?
No.
Why?
Because I couldn't find a reason in it.
There you go. So it's like, if you're trying to tell people that they need to go into their minds and start this battle that never ends, because you said it never ended, right? You're still fighting it every day.
But I gain from it. I don't gain from the stove.
That's my point. What would their gain be if they're already happy in their ignorance?
That they could be happier. That they could be stronger. That they could be better, greater.
I agree with you. I guess that counters my point. Yeah.
Yeah, like I understand what you're saying. Like if people,
there needs to be a reward in it, and if people already have the reward,
it's like fulfillment. And I think if people are saying that they are fulfilled, it goes back to where I said people are lying to themselves. They're like, if you tell yourself you're happy, you're lying to yourself, because you could be happier, because your soul could be more. Your soul could be greater. There's a quote saying,
then would you say that like Buddha or Gandhi wasn't enlightened?
I think he is. We mentioned them earlier, but yeah.
But they were happy with what they had.
Yes, and I think they constantly, but like, yeah, I think that, but they were on a path in a sense where like they were doing things that, again, the people like don't want to do. But it's like what fueled Buddha and those monks to go achieve that enlightenment?
Well, you know the story of Buddha, right?
He was rich, and he seen how the world was, and then he went off into the world to go live like they did.
And he was broke, and then found, and he went through pain and stuff. Yeah.
That's why I always wonder why he's depicted as fat.
That's happy Buddha. That's prosperous Buddha. It's supposed to represent the idea of having a full belly.
Yeah.
And the full belly.
That's actually...
Here, this is what it is.
Interesting you said that.
If you are not willing to risk, you cannot grow. And if you cannot grow, you cannot become your best. And if you cannot become your best, you cannot be happy. And if you cannot be happy, then what else is there?
I agree.
Wait, but the guys at Buddha's time, I mean, even at this time, these Asian guys. I don't know. They're all very fit. They're all very, you know. So why was Buddha fat? Especially during that time when fasting was a thing, and
He wasn't
he was.
fat in his existence either.
It's supposed to represent the idea of having a full belly, and like not like in a full belly of like having food. It's more so having what an individual needs, and more so of it. Like I've had statues of Buddha, and I have currently a statue of Fat Buddha, and they call it
Well, here's another.
it's a
Yeah, here's
prosperity
another
thing.
fun fact. Fat Buddha's always bald. You know what I mean? So did she lose her power? No, because she still exists. But can something else take its place?
Yeah, that's why control perception is so important in this life. That's fucking deep.
That's why I love weed. It helps me think.
Huh.
Oh fuck! I wish I was smoking right now. I made a fucking post on X earlier about smoking weed, but I lied. I'm not smoking right now. I want to.
Yeah, I think everything in phases. Like
Yeah.
you do certain things at certain times to achieve certain things. So
I'm blessed. I wouldn't be smoking if it wasn't for Zach.
Oh my god! If I wasn't gonna get tested, trust me. I'm a huge smoker. I'm from Los Angeles. Like,
Oh man, that was
bruh, you don't even understand. I smoke. When I smoke, I
Zach
smoke.
lived out there a little bit.
yeah.
You get the best weed over there. For some reason, when I get weed over in different places in the United States that's besides California, it's like the same to me, and it's all like capped out at a certain THC level.
I just say the only spots I've ever found like weed that really like kicked my ass and was like, whoa, was like mom and pop fucking dispensaries down south, where it's like literally like some like 50 or 60-year-old like couple running it, and you're just like, whoa, they got like white weed and shit.
Well, that's probably because they're growing on themselves. Because there's a couple different states, not a couple. There's a lot of states that have to abide by the code. This code that you can only deal with these certain vendors and this and that. So it's like the ones, I don't know what states you're talking about, but the states I think you're talking about are the ones that still deal in that gray area that I dealt with when I had my marijuana business, where they dealt with themselves or a personal grower. And that's probably what you're getting. Because
that's exactly what it is. Yeah, they're not getting shit shipped from LA and stuff. And Colorado is another big one they ship from.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, where are you getting your weed right now?
Zach.
From me.
Direct your questions that away.
I'm pretty sure I get it. I mean, I get it from a plug. Like, I'm a plug, but I get it, from a plug. But I'm pretty sure
so you get on the street.
We get it from Atlanta. I'm pretty sure it's shipped.
Atlanta. Okay.
Like, we get peas basically shipped at once.
Okay, good. Support. I respect and support all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I support local business.
Huh.
I go to Zach instead of the dispensary.
Yeah.
Of course. That's so funny. That's how I felt when I had my marijuana business, because I had family members that told me, like, when I got busted, they said, why'd you do that? You did it this way. And I'm just like, listen, if there was someone that was supposed to do what I was doing, it was me. Because I believed in it. I had passion for it. My business was 24 hours. I fucking answered every phone call. I was there for it. If anyone was supposed to do it, it was me. That's how I felt.
Yeah, I understand.
I got my weed from.
I got
my marijuana from Mendocino County, from the tri-state county area in California, where all the best weed comes from. Where Burner gets all his cookies, all that shit, that all comes from that area. Yeah.
All right.
I don't have those connects anymore.
When we having another one of these calls, because I might get off. It's starting to get late.
I think we're trying to do something with the platform on Twitter. It's called Spaces. But
Oh, you too?
Well, he's got another friend. Like, so it's
Yeah, no, I got this guy. It's he goes by Rabbi, but he's not Jewish.
I
And
thought it was funny as hell when you were sending me the screenshots, and he's like, "I'm out at this place right now. It's lit," and his name says Rabbi, and I'm like, I've never seen a rabbi be like, "Yo, I'm getting lit right now."
no, thank God, because yeah, no, fuck that. No, but he's every single time I've been in space with him, it's always been like 100, like a little less or a little over 100. And
Yeah.
he's just like you guys. Like I told you last time when I tried to describe him, like very intellectual, the way he the way he organizes, the way he structures, the way he disciplines the group is very admirable. Like I'm trying to learn from this guy. Like he just knows how to shut people the fuck up and put people on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like when you listen to him and hear him talk and how he fucking structures the group, you'll know what I'm talking about. But he's talking about tomorrow. He's ready tomorrow.
All
So
right.
if you guys want to do it tomorrow, we can do it tomorrow.
I mean, I can do it.
Wait, do what, a call?
No, I mean, I'll see if I can get you, if there's a way I can get you in on it, or I have like backup Twitter accounts or something. If you just log into a Twitter account, you go on Twitter, and it's called a space. It's like a Discord call, but it's like with an open audience that people can join and listen.
It depends what time you guys are doing. At what time?
I'm not sure.
Like after 8?
Probably like an hour, a couple hours before this time.
Yeah. So like probably.
I could probably swing it around like 9 or 10 if that's when it is. But
yeah, even if you want to join late or something,
I'll probably just join and just mute the mic and listen. That's usually what I do.
I'll text him right now. Hold on. Let me just text him right now.
I mean, don't worry about it.
11 o'clock like my time. What time is it? Your time? You guys'
12.
time?
12.
Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. So if I tell him Texas time 7, that's 8 o'clock your time. Is that good?
Yeah. I mean, for me, Jeff will play by ear.
Yeah.
All right. Let me message him. I just messaged him, and I guess I'll just get back to you guys, just to let you know.
All right.
For sure. Yeah. Well, I'm just getting tired here.
All right.
Yeah. No worries, man. Hey, fucking great talk.
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
Yeah, it was good talking. I'll definitely have to make a little like outline of things I wanted to chat about.
Yeah, it's good to have that kind of stuff. I had been meaning to talk to Moses about like the shit that I've been going through anyway, so I had like that like laid out. But yeah, next time you wanna.
Yeah, if you want to talk too, any other time before tomorrow or whatever, just let me know, bro.
Yeah.
I'll add you.
I'm gonna be working from I won't be available until Wednesday midnight. Then I'm gonna be doing my 24-hour schedule on this oil rig shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you do that? I was considering trying one of those out. Not gonna lie. It's a 24-hour shift?
No, brother. Okay,
what?
Who said that? Jeff or what?
Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff. Because I had an opportunity. I had an opportunity to do one of those or go on like a 3-week squid boat a couple summers ago, and I really considered it.
Okay.
But I thought it was like 3-4 weeks on and then off.
3-4 weeks on. No, it's usually 2 weeks on, 2 week off.
It's an offshore one?
No, I don't do offshore, but you can get offshore. But if you have no experience, you won't get on offshore. That's fucking impossible. Because I've been trying to get on offshore for years, and those guys get fucking paid like 20 grand.
Yeah, I know
that shit.
That's what I was looking into. Yeah, that's what I was like.
Yeah,
that. The squid boats aren't bad either.
Your best bet is to fucking get on a crew like my crew. 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. All right, you get $30 an hour, right? Anyways, your checks you're bringing home are depending on like how you claim or your taxes, it's between $400 to $3,500 a week, right? 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So if you can get on that and do that, and if you can last 6 months, bro, you're good. You're good. This shit is, look, it's not hard. Like physically, I'm sure you can do it. It's just the mental thing. You have to mentally do this because you're 12 hours on, 12 hours. two weeks on, 2 weeks off with the same crew, dealing with the same guys, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Like, you're gonna get tired of these motherfuckers. Everyone's gonna get pissed off at each other. Your fucking driller is gonna fucking be really upset at you, you know, at a couple times during the hitch. It's called a hitch. The 2 weeks is a hitch. They're gonna be pissed at you. They're gonna yell at you, and you're gonna feel like less of a man a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really like that. Like, you have to like be mentally strong for this shit. And I know we're like spiritually, you know, capable, and we're spiritually strong, and we're talking this good shit.
Yeah.
But like, when you get into this type of deal,
oh
like,
yeah,
you can't be no bitch over here. Like, you have to really like, you have to like eat it, you know, because you're if your driller's mad, he's gonna be mad. And it's like I said, the work is nothing. If you're physically capable, you can do that, no problem. It's just being able to deal with it mentally, 12 hours a day. That's it. I don't want to try to scare you or try to deter you from it, because listen, if I can do it, you can do it. I just have to warn you that like, you have to be like mentally prepared for it, because physically it's not a problem. You can do it physically. Anyone can do it physically. As long as you can lift over 100 pounds, you're good.
Yeah, it was that, or maybe doing one of the squid rigs, because they were saying the same thing. They're like, it's like 14-hour days, and you're just locked out there at sea with the same crew.
Yeah,
one guy told me, it was like one guy just didn't want to work anymore, and they threw him overboard with a life jacket and a boat and put a buoy on him and had another boat pick him up. No, they actually did it. Like, I was like, that's crazy. They like put a call in and they have somebody pick you up, but that was for a squid boat.
Okay, nobody threw anyone over. That can't happen.
No, they didn't literally throw him over. They gave him a choice, and he took the dry suit and the buoy and hopped over and waited for the boat to pick him up 2 hours later.
Okay, sure. Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah,
people. He's like, I'm not doing this shit anymore, and they're like, well, we're not gonna keep you on the boat.
Right.
I was like, that's crazy. I would not do. I would rather just fucking work the next 3 weeks and say, fuck it. I'm not sitting in there for fucking 3 hours. What if they miss me? Like, fuck.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting you say that, because I don't know what would happen if someone quit during a 2-week shift on an offshore rig. You're right. I don't know what would happen.
I'm pretty sure they put them in a buoy, or they send them on the, like one of those rigs.
Yeah,
like,
no, I mean they would go back on a boat or a helicopter or whatever they came in on.
But I think they have to pay for it.
They would definitely probably take it out of there.
Have to pay for the ride. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
they can take it out their check. For sure they can. Yeah, some shit like that for sure. But you don't even want to go on offshore right away. I mean, if you can get on offshore, bro, more power to you, because I've been trying to do that for over 2 years.
It's fucking deadly, though.
How deadly is it?
I said they can be deadly.
Yeah, of course. It's like the #1 job. It's like the most dangerous job in the world. For sure.
Saturation diving. Those are both fucking. I was like, I wanted to do that until I saw like the fucking video of what they actually do, and I'm like, you guys are like 3-4 weeks at like 2,000 feet deep in some fucking bell, and then you gotta like jump into the fucking abyss with a flashlight and weld wires and shit. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Well, okay, all right. You're talking about the offshore, right?
Yeah, like those guys are fucking nuts too.
All right, yeah, fuck them. I don't know. Yeah, no.
I'm like, bro, there's some shit out in the ocean we just don't even know. Like, how could you?
Right. That's crazy. All right. Like I said, I'm on land. I'm on land. All right. So you're over here. It's called tripping pipe, right? You take the pipe out the hole. You put the pipe in, right? And you're just doing that for 12 hours a day. That's cool, man. You're on the land. You know, you got your company, man.
Fuck. What health issues do you get from all that oil and stuff?
All right, so look. So you get paid $30 an hour, depending on where you work, what company you work for. All right, average $30 an hour, and then you work with drilling mud, which is called invert. Invert is toxic mud, so you get a pay for that too. So you get $30 an hour plus invert pay, which could be, depending on which company, $25 to $45, and then you get a per diem, right? Which could be for anywhere from $35 to $125, depending on which company. And that's how you operate. But yeah, bro, you're working in toxic material. And then check this out. This if you get invert on your skin, it can rash right away. So like if you don't clean yourself off, at a certain time or whatever, like you get this invert rash. I used to get this invert rash on the back of my legs, on the calves, and then
That's
so like
crazy.
that. Yeah, so that's the thing that makes it miserable. But you can get away from that, if you have the right creams or if you have the right equipment on. If you have the right what's it called? What's that stuff you wear? Under Armour? What's that stuff called? Long john, right? If you have the right long john, waterproof, you have to like you can't just go into it rookie. Yeah, you have to like kind of like have someone to tell you what to do, because there's people like me who did it with
you just went in blind.
Exactly, and I suffered because of that. I learned the hard way because of that. So you need people to tell you what to do. Honestly, where are you located? What state are you in?
New Jersey, but I'm looking to move maybe down to Carolinas or something, like in the next 2 years.
If you want to start making $32 an hour at Cyclone Drilling, right? It's where I worked.
Yeah.
I could refer you. If you're serious, man, if you want to make some,
I'll have to do some research into this. I mean, Cyclone Drilling's out of Wyoming.
Well, they have different rigs in different states, but if you want to make 32 an hour, you go to Wyoming.
No, I might have to get back to you on this tomorrow. I'm gonna do some research.
No. Do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
I don't know. How long is it to get trained on this? A couple months?
No, not at all. I think the training is like a few days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a few days.
Interesting.
As long as you have the will, right? Usually they want to hire people with experience, but like if you have the will and you have someone that's going to refer you, like me, they'll hire you on. But you got to show out. Good. You got to show out. You got to show out. Can't make me look bad.
For sure. All right, I'm gonna go. Good night, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, it was fun. I'll talk to you, Mose. I'll talk to you, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Send me a text or something. All right, dude.
Well, that was fun. Now it's just me and my lonesome. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry the episode was 1,000 hours long, and I